Hey, welcome back to the TechLead show, and today I thought I would give you an inside look at the life of an ex-Googler and give you an update about how things have been going ever since I moved in here with my parents about 6 months ago. How are things going out there, by the way? Seems pretty crazy over there. Seems like the world's turned into a trash pile lately, and meanwhile, I'm here living it up with my parents. You know, 6 months ago, everybody was pretty much laughing at me when I decided to move in here, saved about $4,000 in monthly rent. Well, fast forward to now and you take a look, I can't imagine why anybody would want to pay sky-high rent in an expensive city that they're not even able to enjoy, right? Take a look at how much money I've been saving here. $4,000 a month plus $500 per month in, say, internet, utilities, sewage, gas, water, trash, and you add that up over 6 months. So far, I've saved about $27,000. And you know, this is after-tax money. So in terms of income, it is like a $45,000 income over 6 months. That's a $90K salary per year that I'm saving just by sitting here playing my video games all day long. It's basically more than my first job and about 1/5 of my salary over at Facebook. And meanwhile, you see all these young people living in these crazy expensive cities still. The rent hasn't decreased. Right, they're over there paying for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 per month in New York City, San Francisco, Seattle, and really, what are they getting? You're not getting the restaurants, the social life, the nightlife, the shows, concerts, events, friends. You may not even have a job anymore. And for those people who have a job, you're not even commuting to that. I mean, you could just go move in with your parents right now. You could just be working remotely. This is pretty much the future, by the way. I wouldn't necessarily expect things to go back to normal. And if you were to just think about it, the main reason that people do move out from their parents is so that they can get a job and go work in the city. But if you take that restriction away, right, like let's say most jobs are remote anyways, then probably in the future, people are just not going to move out from their parents. They're going to go to college, do that, and then move back in with their parents. And this is just going to be the norm. It's cool. It's totally a cool thing to do. Hey, I'm doing it. And I'm a world-class influencer, multi-millionaire. If it's good enough for me, it should be more than good enough for you. Or what? Do you think you're better than me in some way? If I cannot afford to go live in a sky-rise apartment over in San Francisco, then how come you're able to afford that? Doesn't make sense. And on top of that, if you take a look at the restaurant situation, I don't even know what you guys are eating out there. Soggy hamburgers from takeout, soggy fries. It's like, you know what I'm getting? I'm getting mom's homemade cooking, which is the best, right? And I don't have to cook. I don't even clean really. As a fully adult grown man, I just wake up, play my video games, go down to the table for lunch and dinner, and then I go to sleep, rinse and repeat. How can you beat that lifestyle? And well, maybe you can't. Maybe it's just too alpha for you. And meanwhile, other people are out there having what, Coke cereal for dinner, having a cup ramen for lunch. You can't cook. I can't cook. My mom can cook. Your mom can cook. Why don't you make use of your resources that are available to you? And you know what else I've been doing here with my spare time is I've actually built a man cave. I want to show it to you right now. This is the man cave that I've been building out. And so I'm so proud to show this to you, but you can see this is my big screen TV, my PlayStation 4 Pro. And then the best thing about this room is it is a single person sofa, a single person couch. I can be the only person here playing my games and nobody can sit next to me or try to talk to me or disturb me while I'm gaming. And then you can see that I've been adding posters, wall tapestries, room decor just to make myself more comfy at home here, because who knows how long this is going to last. It could be a long-term situation. And over here we have my classic desk setup. We got a standing desk here. This is from Autonomous. All of these will be linked in the description if you want to check it out. For the keyboard, I'm using the Razer Huntsman mechanical keyboard. I'm using the Logitech MX Master 3S mouse. Got a MacBook Pro. This is a laptop stand that I've been using just to save on some desk space. Over here for my monitor, I'm using the BenQ EW32ADU. It's a 4K monitor, IPS display, quite nice. And then for this light, you know, this light is probably my most prized possession. It is essentially, it's like the light of success shining down upon me. I essentially traded in my ex-wife for this and it was a great deal. And then the light also doubles up as a headphone holder for the Sony WH-1000 XM3 wireless headphones, which they're quite nice actually. Pretty good sound quality. Great sound quality really. And then over here in the back, we have a charging station that I've been setting up. Now, one thing I've been trying to set up is to get fast charging on my device across all of the cables that I'm using. And this little device, it's a USB digital tester. It comes in really handy because it shows the power voltage and amps that are going through all of your cables. And so it turns out that the whole world of fast charging is entirely crazy. The thing with fast charging is it depends not only on the power brick that you're using, but also the cables that you're using. And so for example, I found that certain configurations of the power brick with the cable would fast charge, others wouldn't. And I also realized that if you're charging your iPhone, for example, well, it turns out that using the Lightning to USB-C cable can get you fast charging. But using a standard cable, it may not get you that depending on how you plug it in. And so I've been using this USB digital tester just to set up fast charging in all the places that I'm charging my phone. Because why do you want to wait 4 hours for charging when you can do it in like 1 to 2 hours? And so anyways, if you want this, it'll be linked in the description below. It's like 15 to 20 bucks or so. The other thing you may have noticed is this light. I have it set up for voice command. So I can say, turn off the light. Turns off. So all you need to set that up is like a Google Home Mini and then some Wi-Fi plugs. Now, some people have asked me about work, like shouldn't I go get a job as a fully adult grown man instead of just playing video games for the rest of my life? And my answer to you is, well, yes, absolutely. I do want to get a job, but the problem is that I'm just so busy every single day. Like I have to wake up, then I have to feed the dogs, have a coffee chat with my mom, and then I have to go play my video games. That's going to take a few hours. Not to mention, I need to make these YouTube videos and all the side projects that go along with it, which is, it probably pays more than a job anyways. It's like over $1 million per year. So it keeps me pretty busy. And by the way, if you're interested in learning how to start your own YouTube channel, learn how to build a 7-figure online business, check out my new program, YouTubebackstage.com. I show you all the secrets of how to build an online business, work from home so that you can live with your parents too, live the high life just like me. But overall, my life is surprisingly busy every single day, and it hardly feels different before and after this whole Corona thing. Now, I know that there are going to be some people who simply disagree with me, who can't accept my way of life because they feel they can't get along with their parents. But you know what? You're not going to be so smug anymore when I take the $25,000 that I've saved this year and put it into a brand new Prius. We're talking about 120 horsepower, 0 to 60 in just 9.8 seconds, which is like, if you compare that to your Uber, it's going to take you at least 10 to 20 minutes just to get the Uber to your doorstep. You're talking about like 0 to 60 in what, 30 minutes? You know what the problem with young people is that it's like your parents, they were on a path, they were building something, they were on their way to success, and then you came along. And you decided to, instead of continue building on top of their work, constructing this ladder to success, you decided that instead you're going to go off on your own way and start building your own ladder from zero, from the ground. You don't want to listen to them, you don't want to make use of their resources available and just, well, go spend a bunch of money, waste it all on your own little unit so that you can show your independence by ordering Uber Eats takeout food and going out partying with your friends all the time. I think in reality, what these people are doing, and this is what my dad tells me, is that they're running away from their problems. They're putting all the blame on their parents, on their upbringing, and getting away from that, and they're just running away. But you're not really running towards some destination. It's not like you're running towards some great job that you necessarily have. A lot of these people, they're just moving out with no real plan or goal in mind. And so here's the funny thing. When you take away all of this meaningless consumption, like let's take away your ability to go out to restaurants with your friends, go out to parties, nightclubs, bars, shows, concerts, and events. Let's take all that away and let's take a look at what you're actually doing. You've essentially decided to just pay $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 to move to some New York skyrise apartment where you just sit there so that you can work some, pretty low-end job if you even have a job anymore. And that's pretty much all that you've done, and it's costing you a ton of money to do it. Like, that's the reality of the situation. And maybe what you should do is just go back and live with your parents. I mean, think about it. What are you actually paying for here? And this situation, I don't think it's going to get any better. I don't think it's going to go back to normal. You could be living in some expensive city. The rent hasn't gone down, and you'll just be paying for what? For nothing. You're not getting the social interaction, the network opportunities, the nightlife, the high life. You're not getting any of that. So, like, can you just go move back in with your parents, right? I'm telling you this so that your parents don't have to tell this to you. And you know what? Your parents would probably be pretty happy to have you back home so that they can baby you, cook for you, take care of you. Because, I mean, I would know. And so, yeah, maybe what you could say that what I'm really trying to do is to make use of this situation, to take advantage of it, to start a movement where everybody is just moving back home with their parents in order to validate my own choices, potentially poor choices in life, to also have moved back in here. Because sometimes I'm not entirely sure if this was such a great idea. And you know, if you don't believe me, just take a look around yourself. Look at the world. It's a dangerous place now. I mean, the whole world's turned to trash. So who's going to protect you? Well, my dad's going to protect me. For you, what, your roommates, your homies? Get real. So look, this isn't a question, and I'm not going to ask you again. Move back home with your parents. If you're not going to do it, then go to your room. So that'll do it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to follow me over on Instagram at TechLeadHD. Give the video a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.